Hi Cancer, welcome to your new love, possibly true love reading. This is timeless, so it's supposed to best resonate whenever you view this. It is general and then it will get specific. I will clarify cards that it makes sense to clarify. I don't shuffle on camera because it messes with the cloth and the sound, so I shuffle like this, but trust me, I've shuffled well before I started recording. I think that's it. Check your moon, rising, and Venus if you want a more well-rounded picture. This is predictive, so it's, of course, not set in stone, but also it's hard to, you know, say if it resonates or not, checking it until you see this and then some time goes by. So check other channels, of course, if you want to check for the reading, but not to see if it resonates or not, because who knows, right? There is future involved. And I realize I just cut the deck and then I'm doing this again because I have a habit of doing this while I'm talking. So we're going to do it one more time. All right. 2 cuts. Oof. Oh, okay. So right now you're in a place of being sort of just kind of allowing whatever's going to happen. You're very... you're not going to do anything unless it gives you purpose or meaning. You're not going to waste your time. And you kind of come to this really serene, balanced place. So you're really in a good place to meet this new somebody. Could be a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or... Oh, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Look at that. Okay, so this is going to be somebody that possibly might be young or younger than you, and they're going to be quite the mover and shaker and have a lot of ideas and passion and a sense of adventure. So it's there's always a balance, right? Because this is very calm and moderate energy, and this is like, hey, hi, how are you? What are we doing? And they kind of come rushing in, and you know, just there's a lot of just passion and interest and impulsivity and just all this newness. The attraction, though, will be gradual. It's not going to be fast moving. It's not going to be where things are happening quite quick. This is going to be slow, because I think my hunch is that we'll see throughout the reading, but I think you're going to need it to be that way. For the Cancers that I'm reading for, you just don't want to move quickly. You really like this balanced perspective, and you're going to want to maintain that, because to be quite frank, I think you've seen some ish. So I think you're going to want to just take a much more balanced approach. And this person will probably be, for as much as they're kind of younger and, you know, quite passionate about things, we could be talking about Libra here. They are going to be quite cerebral, quite the thinker, quite intellectual about things. They're going to be concerned with fairness and accountability and just the right thing to do. They're going to be honorable. They might even be quite idealistic, especially if they're younger, or if we're talking about a younger couple here. There might be a lot of ideals that they're not weathered or seasoned, in the sense they're not jaded. That's what I mean. They're not jaded. So just be aware of that. That they're going to be, they could possibly be quite principled, or at least wanting to make sure that things are fair and equal for both of you. There could be, the challenge though, could be for your partner, that they're still kind of holding on to some past hurts. They might not be able to let go of a few things they might have issues that they're bringing forward into the relationship from childhood. And that might be why there's this concern with fairness and trying to be cerebral, because there's some past hurts that they still need to get clear on. To get ready, your advice is basically to, well, keep doing what you're doing. You've been working hard to get to this place. And I think there needs to be some diligence in preserving that, because you don't want their issues to become your issues. And you also don't want to be swept away. That's, you know, fun for maybe a one-time thing, but it's not, you know well enough to know that it's not something to build a relationship on, and you're not about that. It's not that you want instant commitment. You're not about the flight of fancy type stuff. How are you going to meet this person? Well, for some of you, it feels like they're going to be new in town, but this talks about quite the shakeup. So This more often than not is telling me about what the person, where they have been or what they're going through, more so than a physical location, or it's more about what circumstance you will meet them in rather than what kind of job they have, things like that. So this is going to be somebody that is probably coming out of a relationship. They're realizing that maybe the relationship they were in is not what they wanted, and they want more choice, they want more fairness, they want more integrity in the relationship because they do value that connection. But whatever happened with the person they were with, it seemed like it was kind of insurmountable. There was just this growing wedge between them, and it was too big to overcome. This could be Gemini here, but it was just, they don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to have to, it's to the point where they see it for what it was, and they just don't want to have to fight anymore. And they didn't ever see themselves being ready to leave, but now they are. And this is huge for them. It's going to take, we have this. It's going to take some getting their head around it and understanding that they are ready to leave. So this is somebody, the person that you're going to meet might be fresh out of this relationship and still dealing with the past issues of either their childhood that was manifested in this relationship. So now it's like come full circle, and that might be why you have your work cut out for you, Cancer, that you're going to have to be, hold on a minute. It might be that you have to be to where you're completely hands off, and you're kind of just going to stand back and let them do what they're doing, that you won't be able to have any control over, or I should say you don't want to rush in and rescue, because as Cancers, sometimes you want to come in and make it better and help, and there's that really nurturing, wonderful side of you, that really loving side. But for someone like this that's working through it because they've been through it, it's a hands-off approach. You need to hands off, and it's going to be hard for you. It's going to take some work. It's also going to take patience and understanding, and the reward, it's going to be worth it, but it's going to be a definite balance for you to be able to be hands off and to sort of be letting them work through their own stuff on their own. And I think that's why now that for as kind of passionate and vivacious as this person is, there's going to be sort of that hands-off approach, that kind of, it's going to be a very gradual attraction, because this person, quite honestly, they won't be ready. They won't be ready. You're going to see each other. There's going to be that attraction, but as far as enacting on that, there's going to be a lot of things that this person is working through, a lot of personal justice issues, and they might be kind of stuck in the past. The advice for you, or what your challenge might be in the relationship, is letting them have that space to work things out, so that you have that non-controlling, hands-off approach, and you're just there as, I guess, a friend at first, and then it kind of grows from there. But initially, there's going to be that spark of attraction, but it's going to be where there's an interest, but you're standing back and letting them work things out for themselves. And there's going to be an interest on their part too. This isn't one-sided. It's just that it's almost like, look at that. Look at that. They're going to see, there's going to be that instant attraction, but as far as enacting on it, they're going to be preoccupied with this, and you're going to be like, okay, I don't want to turn into this. So I'm going to stand back, and I'm going to allow this to unfold and this person to work through it, so that they can meet me on the other side and be I hate to say it, but be worthy of me. Because you don't want to go and fix anybody's problems. Some people show up to heal and restore. I get it. But there's that, and then there's ending up mommying somebody because they're kind of a mess. And you want to help, and you love the person, you want to care, and you don't want it to be like, oh, dang, I don't want to give this up just because you have issues you can't get over. So here, let me fix it for you. And yeah, that doesn't bode well. So anyway, we're dealing with somebody that probably can't let go of the past, and it's probably childhood trauma, childhood issues, and they feel stuck. Okay, so just know that going in, you're fair-minded, compassionate person that you are, that they're going to be looking for the truth in this situation and trying to suss out who they are since that happened. And I think, I don't want to, presuppose here, but this feels like somebody was violated and abused. Just saying, okay? Because it feels like if at the very least boundaries, there was neglect and boundaries and abuse because of that. Their needs were not met. And that could take a variety of forms, but this is somebody dealing, and I think that's why they might be really concerned about justice and fairness and almost black or white about things. And coming out of this relationship, not wanting to fight anymore and realizing that, you know, they can have choice, that they do matter in a relationship, you're going to be pivotal for them. And it might be, this suggests that the relationship might be a lot of work, but it will be worth it. Spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. And I think that might be how this starts out, just because I think you're going to be in service of at first. You're going to be like this balm, this just soothing presence for this person. And I think once they learn to trust you, that's going to be pretty pivotal for them. Two more cards for you here if I can ever get these shuffled. Okay. Dreams. Okay, this speaks to paying attention to your dreams as far as when we are kind of this impulsive energy, or we're this young, vivacious, passionate, you know, there's a lot of doing, maybe there's not a lot of listening. No judgment, just saying that some people they're more busy than others as far as that busy mind. This might be applying to you, this might be advice for them, but either way, it's about listening to your dreams and what shows up in your dreams and paying attention to the imagery and any kind of feelings that you have afterwards. Something tells me that the Cancers that I'm reading for have been doing that, and that's why you come to this balanced place, because this is divine guidance here. We've got an angel. So you're probably pretty in tune with this. So just keep listening and paying attention. You might not realize it, but you are being divinely guided. This also could be beneficial for this person over here. Maybe when they finally come to a place of calm and trust and peace, this will be helpful to them. As also, like, it might just randomly come up like, oh yeah, I had a dream last night that, you know, such and such, and they're like, really, you have dreams like that? And then that at least sparks some interest or plants a seed for them, you know. But the dreams are pretty informational. They are communicative. They're intended to communicate with you, especially if you're in this place right now. Pretty darn powerful. Okay, so this is about, you know, I don't like how it looks kind of imprisoning. Like this right here is like, what's going on there? But this is about ambition and goals and inspiration. And this is about setting a goal. But, okay, so we've got this compassionate, calm, balanced personality, 1 foot, you know, in emotions, 1 foot on land. So balance of pragmatic and practical, right? But there's this idea that you're waiting, right? Because you are, especially in this reading. So you're waiting for this person to kind of get their stuff together, okay? So the idea is that we set goals and we know what we want and we set about to pursue them and to achieve them. However, there's a fine line between just kind of keeping busy and biding your time, and then it turns into an excuse as to why a goal isn't attainable. So it's, let me see. It's like, okay, I'm going to work toward this goal, but then I'm going to get distracted over here because deep down I might think that this goal isn't achievable, but I don't want to realize that. So what I do is I just make excuses as to why I can't achieve that goal. And I think there might be a point where you might come to that with this person, like you might have some doubts. If it is, especially if they're kind of working through some stuff, it's going to take patience. And you might be questioning like, okay, I really want to be with this person. I think there's something there, but there might be a point where you start to wonder if it's going to happen. And this is that's what this is speaking to, okay? So that just flew out. Knight of Wands reversed, possible being impulsive or not thinking things through, kind of hasty, frustrated, delays, things like that. So that probably speaks to that, is feeling a little frustrated that it might be taking longer than you would want, and wondering, this is a 10, so this is talking about completions of cycles, wondering if in fact it is going to work out. Am I just wasting my time? And that reckoning that happens when you realize, you know, maybe I'm just making excuses. I'm sitting here saying I'm waiting for them, but maybe I really know deep down, or I think deep down, that it's not going to work out, and I've just been making excuses because I really want it to work out, but I don't want to accept that it might not. And that is, for one thing, it's normal. And number two, it loses its power of fear when you confront that. And then after you realize that, it becomes a choice. Okay, this might not work out, but I think this person's worth it. I think there's a connection there, and I do want to wait. So yeah, I might be looking stupid, but I'm going to give myself another 6 months, and then I'll have this conversation with myself again. So once you lose that fear, it becomes a choice, and then it becomes easy. Either you do or you don't want to, and nobody gets to judge you but you. And it's all about what you think is right for you, other than what people might think I'm an idiot for. So what? You do you. All right, timing. Timing. All right, this suggests when it's reversed and it's a major arcana, it talks about this issue needing to be resolved before we can get to the timing. So this is just another reminder that there might be a time of confusion and kind of just anxiety and wondering, is this all worth it? And that might be where this 10 comes into, is like, okay, it's going to be a lot of work, Cancer, but you're not afraid of hard work, are you? So there we go. But just know that this is just reminding you, okay, there's going to be periods of doubt and confusion and maybe needing to step back while you're thinking or with this new person. We go through periods of feeling insecure or just confused emotionally, wondering what's what, feeling maybe unbalanced, or like you want to kind of take some time out. This is a very entailed, interesting read. Holy cow. Feeling like it's not going to work out. And this, I could read for this too. I just, actually, it's right here. I'm just sitting here reading the reading. All right, let's do timing. Come on now. Focus. Timing. All right, another major arcana. Okay, so this is talking about, this is speaking to quite a bit of doubt and uncertainty. It's also speaking to the fact that this is a karmic and fated relationship. This next meeting with this person, Cancer, is going to be a heavy. It's probably going to happen between the spring and the summer, okay? And so we're looking at about a 10 to 13 week span. So let's see, what is that? That's about 2.5 to 3.5 months, give or take. Starting in the winter, is it? Yes, starting in the winter and ending in the, no, wait a minute, hold your phone. Okay, so this is not Friday, this is, okay, so we're looking winter to spring, sorry, winter to spring. So this is, whenever you see this, Cancer, the idea is it's going to take from winter to spring. So we're looking at probably the last week of winter into the last week of spring. Okay, so basically winter, spring, well, hold on a minute. Good Lord. Let's call it winter to spring. We got 10 to 13 weeks here, starting at winter and going into spring. So basically winter all the way 13 weeks, we're looking at the next season. So around December-ish all the way to March-ish, end of March, December-ish to end of March. That's what we're looking at. Okay, finally was able to call it and get there. So Cancer, this, my cords here, mid-December to end of March, that's when you're going to meet this person, all right? And they're probably going to be coming out of a significant relationship, or at least a significant, significant relationship, and coming to a point, the reason why they left is because they don't want to fight anymore. They realize that they have to matter, and that's probably where you're going to come in, and it's going to start off very slow, and this person's going to be all over the place. It's going to start off very slow, and you're going to be quite the comfort and the sage and a support for them, and it will grow from there. So, all All right, could be a Libra because we got the Justice here. Okay, so Cancer, I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.